And moving on to Leeds, obviously been promoted now to the Premier League. Jamie Vardy's one name that seems to be in the mix. He's insisted he can still do it in the Premier League. Would it make sense for Leeds to sign him? What do you think, Paul?
I think he can still do it in the Premier League, yeah, but is he the answer for Leeds? I'm not so sure that he is. His age, where he is now. You look at what Piro's done this year. Piro's carried the can for scoring the goals. Patrick Bamford, he's got a year left on his deal. It's looking like he's going to move on. They can't rely on him, one, to be fit, and two, to score the goals in the Premier League at that level. Jamie Vardy is a proven striker, but if you sign in Jamie Vardy, you need to get another as well, because you don't know how many games he's going to be able to play this season. He's fit. He's an impact off the bench as well, Jamie Vardy, but I'm sure he's going to want to go somewhere where he plays every week now. He's not going to go and want to be an impact player. At his age, sometimes you have to accept where you are in the squad, what your role in the squad is. But he's going to want to play. I don't see Leeds as a destination for Jamie Vardy. I really don't. I think if Leeds are going to recruit, they do need Premier League proven, tried and tested. But I'm not so sure he fits the system that Daniel Farke would want to play either. I think he's a top quality player, but he wouldn't start every week. And I think for him now, looking for pastures new, he's going to look to wanting to play every week. I don't suspect he's going to want another relegation battle, because in all honesty, that's what Leeds are going to be in next year. You look at the bottom three this year, all done, dusted with 4 games to go. If you're going to break through the ceiling above the bottom three is West Ham, Tottenham, Everton and Manchester United. So it's a tough league to break into, and I'm not so sure that he wants a relegation fight. I think there's exciting times ahead for him in his career because he's got the pick of where he wants to go. I just don't see Leeds as a landing site for him, in all honesty. I don't know, what do you think, Pete?
Yeah, again, I would be surprised. He wouldn't fit the model that Leeds are going for. Leeds trying to sign young players that they can help develop and make an impact in the team. Obviously, his experience maybe brings him into Daniel Farke's thinking, as he has got the Premier League proven experience. But as you said, I don't think Leeds would probably pursue this move. From what I'm hearing, Wolves are the ones who are maybe making the biggest sort of move for Vardy, maybe as a impact player, which maybe Vardy doesn't want to be. But I think for Vardy himself, he's had such an illustrious career at Leicester. He doesn't want to drop down from the Premier League. He wants to stay in the Premier League. There will be lots of options for Vardy in the Championship and elsewhere, but again, the player himself doesn't really want to come up against his old club Leicester in the Championship next season, so that's why he's ruling that one out at the minute as well. But look, he's got 8 goals this season in a struggling team and 3 assists, so he still knows where the back of the net is, but his age is a major factor. 38 years old now. I'm not sure too many Premier League clubs would be counting on him to be leading the line for them and starting a lot of games. So if Vardy is to remain in the Premier League, maybe he might have to become an impact player, as much as he probably doesn't want to. But I just think with his age and everything else, he could still do a job as an impact player, and his experience will be second to none. But I think Leeds probably not the right place for him, and I think there'll be other options other than Leeds.
The Wrexham rumours aren't going away. They're picking up the pace. I mean, they're linked with everybody at the moment, aren't they? Because they're coming up, obviously, the finances and the way that the club is. He's linked heavily with Wrexham. But like you say, is he going to want to play in the Championship? And there's the option of Saudi as well. We speak quite often about Saudis. I cover that league very closely. There's going to be a big recruitment drive this summer. Recruitment has mainly been from South America in recent windows. They've not spent heavily, and I think this is going to be a big window for the Saudi Pro League as well. So that again could be an option for him.
Mm. If he wanted to play in the Championship, he just would have stayed at Leicester, because I'm sure they would have given him another deal just to keep him there. So that's why I think he's looking elsewhere.
Absolutely. And Leeds are lining up 10 new signings this summer. Who do you think will be at the top of that list, Pete? Is Sam Johnson or Leonardo Balerdi? Are they both in the mix?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a busy summer at Elland Road. Obviously, the 49ers enterprises are willing to put their money where their mouth is and back Daniel Farke with a big transfer budget of 100 million plus. So that's what Leeds will need. Paul's just mentioned there earlier about how hard it is for newly promoted teams to survive in the Premier League. The last 2 seasons, the promoted teams have gone straight back down. So that gulf is getting bigger and bigger. So they will need to outlay big money to have any chance of staying up. I think there's a lot of areas of that squad that needs strengthening as well. We spoke there earlier about Patrick Bamford and people like that. Leeds do need a striker who can score them goals, because if they don't have a regular goal scorer, it's going to be a long, hard season for them, because I'm not sure Joel Pirro will be able to make that step up to the Premier League and score goals like he has this season. Goalkeeper, is an issue. I think that needs strengthening. Elam Meslier lost his place in the team at the back end of the season with Carl Darlow coming in and helping get Leeds over the line. So Sam Johnson could be a good fit. Obviously, not playing at Wolves, I think Johnson would be open to a move away from Molineux in search of regular first team football. Got good experience, been in and around the England squads in the last couple of seasons as well. So he'll be keen to be playing regularly to try and win his place back in Thomas Tuchel's thinking for England as well. And he's a good goalkeeper, Sam Johnson, there's no getting away with it. I think he would be an improvement on what they've got at Elland Road right now as well. Then you look at centre-back area as well, Balerdi from Marseille, top player, Argentina international. He's the captain of Marseille right now as well, so that would be a difficult deal for Leeds to do, I think, to try and lure him away from the south of France to make that move to Elland Road. Marseille are probably going to have Champions League football to offer next season as well, so they would have to do a lot of work to try and get him to make the move to the Premier League, because he's not going to swap Champions League football for a potential relegation fight next season as well. But yeah, I think Leeds, as I said, I did a story earlier this week saying they could be looking for as many as 10 players in this summer transfer window, and I think they need them just to bolster that squad.
In terms of outgoings, Paul, do you think who will be the first ones out the door at Leeds if they're going to try and overhaul the squad a little bit this summer?
Pete, what's Firpo's contract? Because he was up this year, is he?
He's up. He's up. He can go on a free, and all the suggestions he's going back to Spain.
Yeah, so he'll be one because he got exposed in the Premier League. Listen, I think he's improved as a player. I think in the Premier League he got exposed, he got found out, he was susceptible defensively, and I think he was culpable for a lot of goals, a lot of errors leading to goals, especially down that left-hand side. Going forward, I think he's a good addition in the final third, but I think in the Premier League it proved too much for him. But saying that, I think he has improved. Obviously, him moving on, that's going to be an issue for Leeds, both full-back areas. And for me, Brendan Aronson, he wasn't good enough in the Premier League. He's played he started 43 out of 46 games this year, Brendan Aronson. He scored 9 goals and got 1 assist as a number 10. I mean, the manager's been heavily reliant on him, but he works hard, but in the wrong areas sometimes. And for me, he's not a Premier League player. So if he is going to play the same system in the Premier League, they need another number 10. I don't think Brendan Aronson's good enough for the Premier League. It's been proven that he isn't. He's been let go once and had to fight back into the Championship side. I think in the wide areas, if they can sign Manor Solomon, I think that'd be a good signing for them. I think he is a Premier League player. Willie Nyonto's already proved that he can do it at that level. As far as outgoings, you look at the goalkeeping situation as well. They're going to bring a goalkeeper in. Whether Meslier is going to be happy to be a number 2 or not is yet to be seen. He may be one that moves on, and it might be time for him to have a fresh challenge. But there are going to be outgoings. It's hard to put your finger on who. But I think the obvious one, Firpo out of contract, is Sam Byram as well. I'm not so sure on his contract.
Yeah, he's up as well.
So there's a couple out of contract. There's a couple of obvious ones that potentially will move on, which will free up space in the squad.